ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। सुमुखश्च एकदन्तश्च कपिलो गजकर्णकः लम्बोदरश्च विकटो विघ्नराजो विनायकः धूमकेतुर्गणाध्यक्षः फालचन्द्रो गजाननः वक्रतुण्डः शूर्पकर्णो हेरम्बः स्कन्दपूर्वजः शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये यस्य जलदवक्त्राढ्यात् पारिषद्यात् परस्ततं विघ्नं निघ्नन्ति सततं विश्वक्सेनं तमाश्रये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय कृष्णाय अक्लिष्टकारिणे नमो वेदान्तवेद्याय गुरवे बुद्धिसाक्षिणे कृष्णद्वैपायनं व्यासं सर्वभूतहिते रतं वेदाब्जभास्करं वन्दे समाधिनिलयं मुनिं जन्माद्यस्य यतः अन्वयात् इतरतश्च अर्थेषु अभिज्ञः स्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदायः आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजोवारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि गर्भः प्रोच्छिदकैतवः अत्र परमो निर्मत्सराणां सतां वेद्यं वास्तवम् अत्र वस्तु शिवदं तापत्रयोन्मूलनम् श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः सद्यो हृदि अवरुध्यते अत्र कृतिभिः शुश्रूषिभिः तत्क्षणात् निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुरहो रसिकाः भुवि भावुकाः नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्. Now with Swami's grace, let us continue from where we left off. Last session we came up to slokam number 30. Bhagavan Uvacha. 1 second. 20, 27, 29. 31. We came up to slokam number 31. Maitreya Uvacha. Up to that point we came. Now Bhagavan is speaking. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. Number 32 and 33. Swami says what bhakti is, and it's really a beautiful description. You know, as Bhagavan says very clearly, Avatar Purushan says that the only person who can give the certificate that I'm a bhakta is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is the only one who can call somebody a bhakta. Nobody else has the qualification to do that. It's very important to understand that. And so Bhagavan describes what bhakti is. And so when I describe somebody as a bhakta and all that, that is, I really don't know what I'm talking about. It is also not correct to do that. And it is not correct for me to call myself a bhakta of Bhagavan, because that's a appellation that reserved only for Bhagavan. He is the only one who can call you or me as a bhakta. Please understand that. Now, to earn that certificate from him is the ultimate goal of life. That is the only goal of life, and that's the ultimate goal of life. If Bhagavan calls me, you are my bhakta, I made it. That's a final one. And so here, Kapila Bhagavan describes what bhakti is. Devanam gunalinganam anusravika karmanam sattva eva eka manasaha vrittihi swabhaviki tu ya. Continuing on to 33. Animitta bhagavati bhaktihi siddhehe kariyasi jarayati asu ya kosam nigirnam analaha yata devanam gunalinganam anusravika karmanam sattva eva eka manasaha vrittihi swabhaviki tu ya अनिमित्ता भागवती भक्तिः सिद्धेः गरीयसी चरयति आसूया कोसं निगीर्णम् अनलः यथा. Here is beautiful. My job is to love Bhagavan only. That's all, exclusively, totally, all the time. That's the practice I've got to do. To start with that, Manmana Bhava Matbhakto Matyaji Mam Namaskuru. Manmana Bhava itself, I have a difficulty, starting point. Manasa Bhajare Guru Charanam, I have a starting trouble. I cannot do it. So, Swami says, finally, to do Karma Phala Tyagam. Okay, do all acts as worship and do not be bothered with the results of your actions. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. Don't desire it. Don't be bothered with it. Don't be concerned about it. So as I practice that, slowly, my mind begins to calm down. My heart begins to open up. Prasada Buddhi begins to dawn. All these things happen. Ultimately, I'll be able to think of Bhagavan, Manmana Bhava. Okay? Now, once I do that and experience Bhagavan and in his company, the Siddhehe Gariyasi, the slokam now 33, Swami says, listen, this bhakti is such that people who are these bhaktas, they do not even desire moksham. He says, Siddhehe Gariyasi, Siddhehe, the final fulfillment, Sayujyam. Gariyasi, this is superior to that. This bhakti is superior to that. That is why when you listen to Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, when you listen to or read the Avatara Purushan with their stories and glories, Ramayanam, Krishna Avataram, Parasarama Avataram, Varaha Avataram, it really doesn't matter. Whatever it may be, just focus on the conversation between a bhakta and Bhagavan. Any avataram, it doesn't matter. Whatever the bhakta is Sabari, if you take, for example. If you take Prahlada, if you take Dhruva, if you take Kundi, if you take Draupadi, anybody, it really doesn't matter. They all will speak the same language. They say, Swami, I don't want anything. I just want to serve your lotus feet, to be always with you. And that is only anugraham. None of them say, Swami, I want to reach Sayujyam. I want to merge in you. Because this is what Kapila Muni is describing in 32 and 33. Now, I've probably gotten ahead of myself a little bit because you're wondering, with all the Samskrita Padanga in front of you, you need to understand that. Devanam Guna Linganam. Devanam. The various devasul, the divine effulgences, powers that are associated with our indriyagal. Right? The power of vision, the power of hearing, right? There is a Sakti behind it. Those Devanam, Guna Linganam, Guna, the three gunas, Satvika Gunam, Tamasic Gunam, Rajasic Gunam, the whole Prakriti, all the gross objects and all the thought processes, everything, the whole Prakriti is nothing but three gunas. Linganam, various forms that happen. Lingam means the form of the formless. You and I, both of us, are lingam only. That is why in Sanskritam, when they talk about the grammar, they talk about pumsalingam and strilingam and all that. Napumsikalang. If we talk about the masculine gender, the feminine gender, and the neutral gender, in English we say, but the word they use is lingam. Lingam means it's a form of the formless. And the lingam that we worship in temple, the Sivalingam that we do Abhishekam to, Rudra Abhishekam to, etc., or Salagramam for that matter, for the Vaishnavite, okay, they are not just stone. They represent, if you look at that very carefully, that form of a lingam really represents the form of the universe. There's no beginning, there's no end to it, right? So the formless is being captured in a form, and that is lingam. So guna linganam, the indriyangal, when they seek the senses, seek the sense objects. The guna linganam is the sense objects, and the devanam, the power behind the senses. What happens when the eye goes and sees something, as an example, anustravika, according to the scriptures, Anusravika, karmanam, which work done by the senses, whether it is seeing, hearing, smelling, or tasting, or touching. Okay, the 5 jnana indriyangal. Then I have the indriyangal of the 5 karma indriyangal also, right? For those 5 karma indriyangal, whether it is speaking, whether it is the reproduction or excretion, whatever it is, so that the actions out of those karmanam, which work, satvayeva eka manasaha vrittihi. Vrittihi means inclined to, trained in. If I'm seeing something, if I'm seeing it with satvayeva eka manasaha, my mind is focused, eka manasaha, my mind is focused only on sattvam. Sattvam means Bhagavan. So satvayeva, whatever action I do, compelled by the power of the senses, attaching, seeking the corresponding sense objects, whatever action I do or whichever action I do, that is focused only on Bhagavan, Vrittihi, Swabhaviki. Swabhavam is most important. Ladies and gentlemen, dear brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, Swabhavam is nothing but prema. That is what your Swabhavam is. That is what my Swabhavam is. Now we say colloquially, somebody gets angry. Oh no, his Swabhavam is such that he gets angry. No. Getting angry is not his Swabhavam. His Swabhavam is only to love. Misdirected, doesn't know, love doesn't show up. It is being bottled up. That is why anger comes. So the Swabhavam, the Swabhavi, Swabhaviki too. The Satvayeva Eka Manasaha Vrittihi inclined towards growing in prema. But lovingly I feel, lovingly I speak, lovingly I hear. Okay? This, then the Manas Eka, with this focused, when the mind is focused only on that, which action is done by that? According to the scriptures, it is prescribed to Ya, which one? Continuing, Animitta, without any motive. Please, very important. We are all so trained, unfortunately, automatically, we consider every relation should be transactional. Naturally, what is in it for me? We make friends with someone, we give up some other friendship, we do everything out of expectation and meeting my needs. But that has to go. It is like the relationship between me and the plant in my garden. There is nothing expected. Parasparam, we support Sahana Bhavatu. Together we live. Right? That is where it should be. That when nature is like that, Swabhavam, without any motivation at all, that Bhagavati, that Bhagavan, then the Bhagavati Bhakti, this is the love of Bhagavan, love to Bhagavan, and love by Bhagavan. That Bhagavati, that devotional, that to do pertaining to Bhagavan, that Bhakti, that love of Bhagavan, directed towards him with a single focused mind on Swabhavam. According to scriptures, this bhakti siddhehe ghariyasi. This is ghariyasi, superior to, better than, and more supreme than siddhehe, fulfillment, the sayujyam. Okay, very understand. Loving Bhagavan for Bhagavan's sake. Love for love's sake only. There is no reason, there is no season. Only expansion. Nothing is held back. Okay, no judgment, no partiality, no ifs or buts. This is very important to keep reflecting on and imbibe with this teaching from Bhagavan. Then you can start practicing it. Now, how is this? What happens when this bhakti develops? Jarayati asu nigirnam. Jarayati asu kosam nigirnam. Jarayati, jirnam, we say in colloquially. Jiranam, jiranamacha, we say in Tamil. Digestion. That the root word is coming from jarayati. Jara means it's a big digested. Asu, quickly. Kosam, very important. Kosam means one quick understanding is an envelope, is like a bag. Now we all think, I'm thinking, for example, I'm this body. So the body has got a certain form. It's like an envelope that my mind is. Then I also know I've got, I'm breathing in, breathing out. So there is a pranamaya kosa there. This gross body is made out of food, annamaya kosa. Then there is a pranamaya kosa. Then my mind is thinking about all this. Mind is aware of this, beginning to understand, question so many things. So there is a manomaya kosa. Then there is another antakaranam that is there, very subtler than all the others we spoke about so far, that says, no, this is temporary, go to the permanent, go to the permanent, go to Bhagavan. That is directing me all the time. That is Vijnanamaya kosa. Then, because even subtler than that is the Anandamaya kosa. Anandamaya kosa is also, it's only a kosam. It is not the reality. Beyond that is Brahmanandam. So, kosa, nigirnam. Nigirnam means kosam. Jarayati asu ya kosam. The one, this bhakti digests, removes, eliminates all the various falsification of the bodies, whether it is a mind body, physical body, or it is the breathing body, or it is the intelligence body, or even it is the happiness body. The interesting thing is, Anandamaya kosa, when I'm seeking happiness from somewhere else that is other than me, that itself is a delusion. So that body also has to go. So all those will be dissolved, digested, dissolved. The jarayati means dissolved. When this bhakti, ekka manasaha swabhaviki bhakti, bhagavati bhakti, bhakti, the love for Bhagavan. Bhakti, love for so many material things may be there. That will not give us this. Love for one's own self will be there. Ego, pride, so many. That will not give this. Bhagavati bhakti, the love directed towards love itself. Okay, that will give. That is siddhehe gariyasi. That is superior to even moksham, and that will kosam asu jarayati, dissolves all attachments to false bodies. How does it do it? Analaha yatha. Analaha, how does our digestive fire within us, which is Vaisvanaraha, yatha, in which way the digestive fire digests the food, in the same way this bhakti will dissolve all attachments to false bodies. So devanam gunalinganam anustravika karmanam sattayeva eka manasaha vrittihi swabhaviki tu ya animitta bhagavati bhaktihi siddhehe gariyasi jarayati asu ya kosam nigirnam analaha yatha. I hope that's clear to you. We will move on to the next one, 34. And then with Bhagavan grace, we will take up corresponding couple of slokams from Bhagavad Gita, where Swami teaches exactly the same thing, and just to reinforce the point. Na ekatmatam me spruhayanti kechite mat pada seva abhirata mat igaha yaha anyonyataha bhagavataha prasajya sa bhajayante mama paurushani na ekatmatam me spruhayanti kechite mat padaseva abhirata mat igaha मत् ईगः यः अन्योन्यतः भागवताः प्रसज्य स भाजयन्ते मम पौरुषाणि. Now, number 34. Those people who are always involved, dedicated only in serving my lotus feet. One, those who are serving me, and those who together joining with like-minded people, they assemble together and glorify the stories and glories of my activities. Those Bhagavatas, those are the Bhagavatas, those Bhagavatas, kechit, not even the slightest bit, me ekatmatam na spruhayanti, not even a little bit, me ekatmatam, to merge in me, to become one with me, na spruhayanti, they do not desire. Those people who are serving, always involved, living, serving the lotus, by lotus feet, and also serving me. The serving me is very important. Please remember, not just going to temples and doing abhishekam and all that. We'll come to that in a minute. It is much more personal and much more immediate than that, and much simpler than that. So they gather together in an assembly and sing and glorify my stories and glories, my various activities, divine activities. Those bhaktas, those bhagavatas, they do not desire even moksham, even sayujyam. Me ekatmatam, that is sayujyam. Number 34. Na ekatmatam me spruhayanti kechit mat padaseva abhirataha mat iraha यः अन्योन्यतः भागवताः प्रसज्य स भाजयन्ते मम पौरुषाणि. ये those which people who mat Padaseva abhirataha. Ratam means attachment. Abhirataha means excessive attachment, totally. Mat padaseva, to the seva, to serve my lotus feet, who are attached to my lotus feet and want to serve only. Mat igaha, desiring to attain me. Mat igaha, desiring to attain me, also means one who are serving me again. Mat means where is this mat? It is not, Bhagavan is not in the temple. He is in the temple of our heart. My hridayam is where Bhagavan lives. So when he says mat igaha, mat padaseva abhirataha, I must look to the Bhagavan in me, and Swami, I want to serve you. And that is all my desire is. Totally. So the same, once I start looking inwards, and wanting to serve the Bhagavan within me, whatever form I want, Bhagavan appears in that form within me. Whatever form I like, I can picture him. But that form is nothing but a manifestation of the formless love only. So I surrender to that love. I want to serve only that love, which means what? How do I serve prema? By being prema only. By being loving only, I can serve love. I cannot offer it, the flowers from the garden and all that. Those things are all, they don't mean much. But the attitude with which I offer anything, which is lovingly if I do, Bhagavan accepts it. Now, mat igaha. So desiring to attain me, where will I find him? Everywhere, all around me, every form, every single person that I come across in my life is a form of Bhagavan only. So I serve, so I fulfill their needs. So this is where Manava Seva is Madhava Seva. Love all, serve all. This is what it means. They should not limit it only to a selfish thing of only doing archanai and $1,001 here. No, those are all meaningless. But the attitude of serving and loving and expanding my heart is like what Bhagavan is talking about here. So, and then anyon yataha prasajya, anyon yataha parasparam, all the people together, prasajya, they together, they join together in an assembly, in a group, mama paurushani, all the glorious activities, sabhajayante, bhajan, right? Sabhajayante, one who sings the glories, one who glorify it, all the various divine activities that come in our various avatarangal, those kechit bhagavataha, that those bhagavata, even a little bit, may ekatmatam, to merge in me, to become one with me, na spruhayanti. No, they do not desire, not even a little bit, they desire to merge with me, because they are so completely in one with divinity, doing and living the life of service only. But they understand there is no desire. And this is exactly what Prahlada says to Narasimha. Swami, no, I'm not interested in merging in you. I want to serve. Though so many people are suffering, whatever I can do to remove the suffering, please bless me for that. Who will pray like that? These are the things we have to remember and take from Bhagavatam. Na ekatmatam me spruhayanti kechit mat pada seva abhirataha mat ivaha yaha anyon yataha bhagavataha prasajya sa bhajayante mama paurushani. Anyon yataha, anyataha. That means the others, they are not strangers. The stranger is not a stranger. They are together, parasparam, sahanavavatu, sahanavabhunaktu. That attitude, mindset is what described here in Anyom Yataha. So with Swami's grace, we will conclude today with that. And if you have time, and if you want to prepare for tomorrow's session with Bhagavan's grace, you might want to look at Adhyayam 12 in Bhagavad Gita, Slokams 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 and 20. Again, Adhyayam 12 in Bhagavad Gita, Slokams 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 and 20. With Swami's grace, we will continue tomorrow. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastalokaha Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Santi Santi Santi. Harihi Om.